And without further ado, our final call for LTVC 2023 Hauntings at the Library. Okay, so we had 7 of you guys fill out this awards form, and um, so we will go down and we'll hand out the awards. Lark, are you good with writing down the winners and pinging them in the announcements?
Yes, let me grab pen and paper.
Okay. So, first award, the Pumpkin King. Should we make the Pumpkin King last? Because that sounds dramatic. First award for reals this time, Spooktacular Artists. Our teens voted, and our grand winner. You ready, Lark?
Yes.
Okay. Our grand winner for Spooktacular Artist is Spoops, followed by, um, let's see, B, who is an adult volunteer, so um, there's that. But B had great art. I agree. Blue Ninja Monkey, Garfalcon, and Finn. So congrats to all of you, and thank you for sharing your wonderful art.
So Blue Ninja Monkey and then Finn, or was there
Uh,
someone after Blue Ninja
Blue
Monkey
Ninja Monkey, just Blue Ninja Monkey.
and
Sorry,
Finn?
no, sorry, Spoops,
Spoops, B, Blue Ninja Monkey, and then Finn.
and Garfalcon.
Oh, Garfalcon.
Yeah,
Haha.
Spoops
I
is
knew I was.
first, and everybody else is honorable mentions.
Awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations. I'm applauding for you guys. You guys are all
Woo!
amazing.
Heck yeah. Had some really good art. And this server, I think, has had the best writing turnout that we've had in any of the four conventions we've run thus far. So our next Mary Shelley, the most enjoyable writings, goes to Squatch Lord. Um, and our second place prize goes to Dragon Gamer, with our honorable mention is Brookie. So thank you guys. Excellent writing. It was really fun, seeing everybody producing so much writing too. It was great. All right. Wednesday's BFF thing, the Quietly Hilarious Award. Um, Let me total this real quick. It looks like we have Mothman is our winner. Wait, no, it's a tie. It's a tie between Mothman and Grandma Grace are our quietly hilarious winners, with honorable mentions going to Gamebird, Dragon Gamer, Germany, and B. So good jobs, you guys. Our cryptid watcher.
Wait, slow down. I need to. Writing all
I
this
I
takes a little
I
more
I know.
time.
I can send you this afterwards too.
That would be
Yeah,
perfect.
let's do that. All right, our cryptid watcher award. Game bird, that's very sweet. um, Goes to Nebular, and I don't think anybody is surprised. Let me show you guys the final results um for the most sightings. Um, we had Nebular as a clear winner, with 52 cryptid sightings, followed by Grandma Grace with 34, and then Beehive or Mothman, Dragon Gamer, Game Bird, Blue Ninja Monkey, Spoops, B, and myself. I caught 7 pictures. And then it went on from there. So there you guys go. Um, Excellent job watching for those cryptids. All right. Our Werewolf in Training Award, our Excellent Listener Award, goes to Ava, um, who has been an excellent listener. I agree. It's an excellent, excellent award. Good choices, you guys. Honorable mentions go to Gamebird. And the person who nominated her said she's very empathetic. Germany and Grandma Grace. Nice. I like the werewolf. All right. Our Frankenstein, which the person that changed our mind or that we learned something new from, goes to Dragon Gamer with an honorable mention to his bag, which was a role play item that he brought in. Um, and then B was also tied with Dragon Gamer, and somebody mentioned because of the 23 nat ones. I must have missed that inside joke. That one doesn't sound familiar to me. With honorable mentions going to Squatch Lord, Grandma Grace, Ava, and myself. And the person that nominated these people said, I learned that putting creamer and a bunch of other stuff in soda is apparently a thing, especially in Utah. Also, that sprinklers are less of a thing in the East US. So, there you go. Um, if you guys can find, yeah, I need to, you should find the link to the Nat 1 thing. So, all right.
No, B just explained the whole night that she had received a bunch of Night ones during a D&D campaign.
23? 23 Nat 1s? Was it
I
like
think it,
over
I
the
think she
course?
said more. Yeah, she died after three, but the DM wanted to see, but she and the DM wanted to see how many Nat ones she could get in total.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Wow, that is memorable. Okay. All right. Um and all right, moving on to the Pumpkin King Award, MVP, which goes to, drum roll please, Grandma Grace. Oh, thanks guys for the drums. Good stuff. Um, with second prize going to Gamebird and honorable mentions going to Germany for The Truth Is Out, bearing it up the whole time, Nebular, and Dragon Gamer. Good job, you guys. Gotta say, all of you guys are awesome, which is why we saved the Awesome Award for last. Um, so we have call outs to Ava for being so positive, and all of the role players were really awesome. Grace, she's very funny and participates a lot. Gamebird, because they are a nice friend and I am really glad I met them. And Dragon Gamer, because of how well they role played at the mansion. Also, Grandma Grace for her hilarious interactions with the manor characters. And then somebody said Lauren the librarian because she's amazing, and I'm just like, aw, you guys are great. So, um, the awesome award I think should go to like all of you guys because you guys are the people that make this so much fun to do every time. And I don't know about you guys, but this has been so fun.
I
Uh,
agree with what Lauren just said. Just have to throw it out there. You all get awesome awards.
you all get
Hands
awesome
down.
awards. And then we're gonna pause here, and anybody else who wants to throw out, hey, thanks for being awesome, this is your chance. So look at this wholesome chat, you guys. You can also unmute if you so desire, but I understand if you want to type.
I didn't see all of the everything happening because there was a lot happening, but everyone was so fun. Like interactions were great, people were really like supportive and just like excellent atmosphere.
Absolutely. So Imasha is the one that role played Esther for you guys. She's a volunteer. We got
And she's a lot more lively in real life than her character is.
Esther was a bit stressed.
Yeah, we can give her a break. Oh, we didn't even get her papers.
It's okay.
Um,
The story
yeah,
continues.
that's partially because of
Dear.
me.
Oh, yeah.
So does that mean the mayor wins?
No, hold on. We're not to that part of the call yet.
Sorry, jumping the gun.
We're jumping the gun. All right, we got we got some good awesomeness calls here. I gotta say, like, yeah, Carrie's amazing. It's been super fun to get to know Carrie a little bit better. I mean, just look at Carrie's Carrie the Platypus username, and that kind of the best. All right, so yeah, yes. Um, all right, so I'm gonna let you guys continue to give each other warm fuzzies, and we're gonna move on to our favorite guest speakers. Um, so I think it looks like our top panelist guest speaker event was the Careers in STEM panel, which sounded like it was absolutely incredible. Our following most popular event was the Magnus Archives group listen with Rachel, uh, which I was there for, and that was one of my favorite ones too. You guys, that was so fun. Then we had followed by that was the cosplay panel. And then we had people that also really liked the September's editor visit and the Binary Coco and Scott Alms coming in for our board game design panel. Um, and Blair Koss's photography event where he brought in ye olden time cameras and talked about photography and how it developed through the 1900s. So um, all of these were recorded. So if you guys wanted to go back, it looks like some of you have gone back and listened. All of these except for the Magnus archives were recorded. So feel free to hop on our YouTube channel and you'll find them. Some of them are unlisted for the moment as we're finishing up edits, but the links are all in our announcements. And I don't know, like all of our guests were so incredible. It was so fun, and thank you guys for coming to their events and giving them a good audience and letting us poke you for questions beforehand. That was really useful and all of it. So thank you guys. Any thoughts or comments on any of our voice call guest speaker events? That you guys haven't already been chatting about in chat because I
I just finished up my gaming session, so now I can pay full attention to this.
all right. Also yeah, David's D&D counts. That I don't think um didn't make it on the list. But yes,
So most of the D&D-esque things, none of them were recorded as far as I know.
the D&D live stream was though.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's right.
Kat, if you do your own cosplays, we want to see photos. You'll have to save them for a year till next year, but we want to see them. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the D&D live stream, and that was intense, man. Yes, you are Dragon Gamer because you voted against me. You guys were all out to get me. It was great. All right.
I wasn't.
Yeah, that's because you knew that I would come after you.
Yes, yes, I did. And also, I don't want to do that to you. There's multiple reasons.
That's fair. There's a sympathetic family member.
No,
Anyway.
I'm just a chaotic, antagonistic person.
It's like, what? I get to mess with my family? Oh, I'm taking that opportunity. All right.
Yes.
Oh, another event that wasn't uh on this one was the library tour live stream. What did you guys think of that one?
The library tour was really fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
That was some good acting. Or was it acting?
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that one we had fun with that one on the ground as well. And Finley did a great job being our tour guide. Let's see. Were there any other events apart from D&D, because we're doing that next? Any other events that people um wanted to shout out?
This might be a different type of question, but were there any voice calls that had been originally planned that you guys were really disappointed that had to be canceled?
Yes. Can we table that for our votes for next year, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll let you be in charge. Sorry.
No. I probably needed that reminder. So you guys actually, if you guys can be thinking about that, because we are going to go and we'll do like a vote and we'll have you guys react to our vote in the announcements channel. Because we're gonna nail down tonight, what events we're doing for next year. But we'll talk about that in just a second. So next we had our favorite game night was the Among Us game night, followed by Phasmophobia and the Bigfoot Choose Your Own Adventure, and then the photo scavenger hunt. And then our favorite D&D session was Charlotte's Spooky Castle, followed by the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo D&D, and then um, the Curse of Strahd Death House. And it looks like somebody voted for the D&D game stream as well too. So um, y'all should have voted for the one that got canceled. That would have been entertaining. I think a couple of these on here. I think we canceled 2 D&D events. One because of scheduling among the teens and people, and then the other one because we had a surplus of D&D events. um, so, which brings us to favorite D&D incidents. So we had 6 responses. First one is the last server where I managed to pound the dice golem into good behavior, which is still in our favorite moments channel. And then after that, we have killing a goblin, resurrecting him so he could get married, and being invited to the wedding, which was also mentioned by another teen when the goblins invited everyone to a wedding, and another teen, Evangeline, reviving a goblin only to become the officiant in their goblin wedding. So that was definitely that was a very memorable moment in Charlotte's Spooky Castle. We also have Ava being trapped by a pumpkin for 3 rounds, and Taylor is snickering over at his desk. And when we decided to save the gnome village for the sake of the wood casserole. So there you go, favorite D&D incidents there. You guys feel free to unmute or continue chatting about your favorite incidents in chat. It's been fun to see.
I feel like got stuck with the more serious D&D campaigns now.
Listen, Taylor cannot laugh about me being trapped in a pumpkin for like 20 million rounds because he is meant to be there in that situation. And I was trapped.
Wait, hold up. Taylor, hop on. Ava's calling you
We
out
need
for
a hot
laughing
word.
at her. He says it's not his fault you weren't strong enough to escape from the pumpkin.
It's not my fault that the D&D thing that you wanted to use kept making me roll out once.
She's protesting.
My dice would never do that to me.
She's like, my dice would never do that to me. He says, yeah, sure.
Can't believe this.
Good times. All right. He walked away. He's running from you.
Good. It means I won.
All right. And then general favorite moments include when I decided to become Cookie Man in every moment when Grace was confronting someone. There were many of the Grace confronting people moments. So hard to choose. The full moon was really fun. I really enjoyed giving the gentleman crock pots as well. And then the countdown to 200 cryptids. That was really fun. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Okay, Jerry, she's not on tonight, but she worked so hard on all the bots for this server. She made the cryptid bots, she made the hangman, she made the riddles, she made the daily conversation prompts. Just amazing. And then she would go back in and tailor the bot responses to talk. So like, I was it Grace? Were you the one that was like, that's the main reason to post writing is so that the ghost hosts can say wonderful things about it. So, yeah, that was the million cryptid count was pretty great too. Yeah. So, I'm gonna Lark, can you make a thank you to Jerry discussion forum post and post that in here so that we can all shower her with gratitude?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Other favorite moments, making ridiculous pickup lines for 2-ish hours. That was pretty fantastic. Um, Everyone showing their stuffed animals before the Magnus Archives stream. It was amazing. We all brought our buddies with us. Um, I loved that too. All the interviews that I got to do. This would be Germany speaking. His favorite one being his first interview with the gentleman. Um, and I loved watching. I loved reading all of the interviews. It was really fun. Um, and then finally, when the gentleman appeared and bluntly told Grace that the lack of parenting shows, kid. So there we go. We have those. Those are the favorite moments that made the Google sheet. But you guys can also continue sharing favorite moments there in chat. Um, Lark, what were some of your favorite moments? And okay, Poof, how about you?
Sorry, I was trying to relocate the voice call thing
Okay.
in the column of stuff is because I was trying to create the post for
Oh,
discussion.
I'm sorry. I was
No
like,
worries, you're
let me
good. I
just
was
throw everything at you. Jerry!
it's Jerry. Anyways, I just loved all the interactions that were happening throughout all the different things. I loved that people were starting their own discussions in discussion forums. Like there was a whole thing on birds
It was
that just
amazing.
appeared and continued for a while, and music and other conversation things that were not prompted by librarians. And so that was so fun to see just all you guys just creating conversations about random things unprompted. That was super fun for me.
Yes.
It was also fun to I love seeing all the interactions you guys have with the role play characters. That's always one of my favorite things. Um, every server, it just makes me laugh. The things that you pull out of your pockets, the apple juice, all the apple juice. Every time it was like a plethora of apple juice that just was the solution for things. I was like, this is the best thing ever, and this is why I'm on this server. So it's all so good. I just love everything, and that's why
That's why we
me and
do this.
Lauren I keep doing this year after year because we just have so much fun seeing the way you guys interact throughout all of the different things within the server.
Yes, I could not agree more. So one of the discussion topics you guys started was Pokemon, and we had one of our librarians go and poke, I believe their husband and be like, "There's an unprompted Pokemon discussion going on. Get in here." So it was great. So it was really fun to see both like the you guys having all of the discussions on the front end and then all of us librarians and volunteers on the back end being like, "Oh my gosh, this is so fun," and "Oh my gosh, look at what they did," and so that was also really fun. So um Dragon Gamer, it's in the discussion forum, you'll find it. Poof, back to you, and then we'll go Carrie and Jerry if you guys have any favorite moments you want to share.
No, actually, I don't think it's in the discussion form.
We'll show you later, Dragon Gamer.
Yeah.
I mean, the crockpots were pretty awesome, gotta say. Also loved just how the challenges were taken head on and unique approaches to pretty much everything. It was great.
Yes. We can actually make people go and do their homework. This is great. We wield such power. The broccoli was
questions.
amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Jerry, how about you? What were your favorite moments?
My favorite stuff was I really liked getting to read everybody's stuff in the writing corner.
Yes.
I enjoyed the art was all really, really good as well. But the writing corner, was something new that we were doing just for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of nervous that it wouldn't take off. And then it would just be like an empty thread, just posting a blank prompt every day.
It would be sad.
So I was very happy to read everybody's. And I really like that a couple people ended up doing like bigger, like multi-part stuff.
Yes, that was so fun. Also, you missed it. We were gushing about you. And
Oh.
we were gushing about how fun it was to post writing and have the ghost hosts comment on it. That just made everybody's day, like every time. So you're amazing,
Well,
Jerry. Oh, and the prompts. Everybody's saying the prompts were so good. Poof, Imasha
yeah, poof. That was good.
is the one that collected those prompts. So like I'm glad she's on here so that she can receive the proper praise.
Let's see. It was also fun to see people have fun with the riddles.
Yes.
See people have fun with hang on.
Just quietly
But my
mute
favorite
those
part.
and check in on them every once in a while.
Mhm.
I have to say, Jerry, I love the hangman illustrations you did for this one. It was fantastic. And I was like, I have to get the word wrong so I can see the whole illustration. And I was very motivated to get the word wrong a couple of times because it just made me happy.
Oh, that's
It
good.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Not to overpromise, but at some point I'm thinking, now that I've had some time to putz around with the code a little bit, my hope is for the next one to have it be like multiple skins. Like you can play it one time and it'd be like a werewolf, and you play it the next time and it's like a vampire.
So fun. And didn't we also talk about maybe having the
Mhm.
teens, you guys, create your own skins for it? So
If you guys have any ideas for fun hangman skins, let those percolate a little bit. It didn't end up working out for this server for hangman as it was this year, but for the next one, hopefully there should be the option for people
yeah,
to make their own skins and submit them.
heck yeah. Yep. And I also loved seeing the teens. We asked 2 teens to make art for the events, and their art was amazing. So that's something that we want to do again, is if any of you artists are interested in making little circle icons for our events. Our teens were Blue Ninja Monkey and Gar Falcon, both made art for our events. All right, and then Carrie, what were your favorite moments?
Sorry, I've been muted because of my dogs.
Oh, good.
You never know when they're just gonna start barking out of control. But honestly, I agree with Lark. I just really loved the engagement that everybody had and how everybody was interacting um and like creating their own forums or discussions, and like to me that's just so cool to see. And yeah, so I was just so glad to be able to participate and see how awesome all of our teens are, and get to collaborate with everyone. So, but I'm I'm just so impressed with all of our awesome teens that we have here.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. That's I was like, it was so fun that Pennsylvania joined us this year, because I was like, yay, it's all of our teens that have been with us, and oh my gosh, it's these new teens, and you guys are all amazing, and it was just getting to know all of you guys has been so fun. And like seeing you guys chat with each other, and seeing like just all of the wholesomeness. It's just the best.
I would just want to agree with that because it like as a librarian, it's so cool to see that something we're doing is reaching not only just teens in one area of the states, but in multiple states, and are being able to have these awesome conversations. And so, as a librarian, it's just super rewarding to see this like connection happening with you guys, and being like, we are doing something that is literally connecting people from totally different parts of the United States, and it's just so exhilarating.
So that's
So
so
just had to
fun.
add that in.
Yeah. And we're hoping to, like, continue growing at a sustainable rate, and bring in more libraries. So, um, and I had a thought. Hold on. Um, Dang it, it's gone. um, but uh, yeah, no. Anyway, all of it's awesome. I had oh, that was the other thing. Our volunteers were so impressed with you guys too. I cannot like B um is our volunteer that only joined to do role play, and then he wanted to go and see the rest of the server, and then he just super enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and in the back in the chat we were all of us were just like, oh my gosh, look how like awesome you guys are. So anyway, we think you guys are amazing. So um and speaking of role play, favorite role play moments, we've covered some of them. um Did anybody have some more? I don't know, like all of it was really fun. I enjoyed writing Tom because I could be as sarcastic as I wanted, and it was fine. Let out the inner gremlin a little bit. Um, let's see. I really loved how you played like you wrote as yourselves, but then you would come up with like these little like angles on how you wanted to role play, like Germany being a reporter, and um, like all of it. Grace having her parents taken away by giant eagles.
Oh,
um,
the Eagles thing.
yep. So I also loved seeing like so how we structured this to see this, here's some a peek behind the scenes. So at the beginning we structured it as, okay, so Esther is trying to get the house with uh and the mayor is trying to turn it into a community center, and we'll have the teens complete quests and search for objects in the house. And then all of our role players were amazing writers, and we were like, okay, so you can, claim a floor, and then you can create the vibe for that floor, and you can, add to the overall quest, but we'll keep it right, like really nice and flexible, so you can create your own little backstories and side quests and adventures. And then it just went boom, and it was amazing. Um, and the gentleman became I would say, the main antagonist slash gray area character. Um, and then like we had the witch and the butler and the tailor, and everybody had their own atmosphere, and their own writing style. And then you guys all contributed your atmosphere and writing styles, and it was great. So, um, but yeah, that turned into a whole, like, we had no idea where it was going, but we did not think it would go where it went, and it was so fun to see it develop. Also, the night of the haunted, the full moon, me and Imasha were like, okay, so um, we know how Esther turns back from a werewolf, and we know that Tom is going to guard the gate, and um, the owl can go and bring Tom in to save the day if needed. And and that was that it? Poof? Was that all we? Grace.
There were the wards in the attic, but I think that was basically it.
Yeah, we were like, okay, we don't need any other prep, do we? And then 6 of you guys showed up, and and we were like, oh, okay. So then we, like, played it like D&D, and we had you guys with challenges on every floor, and it actually worked and flowed really well, but we were definitely scrambling there on the back end.
There were lots of times, teams, where you guys would do something, and then in the back chat we'd be like, "Wait, what is happening now? This wasn't what we were anticipating. How are we going to combat this? Somebody else, come on! We need the child. We need the gentleman. We need like there was chaos in the back sometimes because you guys' reactions were just of such nature that we were like, we were not anticipating this direction of involvement. It was fantastic.
Yep. So it was super fun. And all right, so storylines. Um, so did Esther win the court battle with the mayor? Poof, you write Esther. Lark, you write the mayor. What's your thoughts there?
I'm so behind on catching up on all the role play antics. So
Esther did not get a lot of the papers, but she did get a few, including one from her father specifically talking about her by name. Though I'm not sure. Esther was putting a lot of faith in Mr. Wright to help with this case, because she came off a bit aggressive. So I think that with help, she manages to convince the court to not turn it over, but at the same time, like, I want to hear the other side.
So the mayor, when I created the mayor, he was mostly just a slight antagonist thing, and then I wasn't able I realized there wasn't actually a lot of interactions with him when I brought him in front of the gates of the house because he never went in the house himself. But there wasn't as much interaction with him, and so then I just got busy doing other things. So I think that with all of the stuff that Esther was able to bring, the courts were able to extend the time, and so then yeah, she gets the house back, but um, was able to come up with a compromise for a new community center idea for the mayor to roll with.
Yeah. I'm sure she knows about some areas of town that nobody goes into and hasn't for a while. And she's like, why don't you look over here? And it's like, oh, another space nobody has touched for decades.
Okay, but Lark, you have to tell us about the mayor's secret backstory.
Oh, right. Okay. So the mayor, you guys, one of his ancestors, I don't actually remember how far back, had actually been a butler of the residency and had been
Not the
accused.
butler that we know as a
No,
ghost. Different
no,
butler.
not that butler. Anyways, there had been a death on the property that the butler was framed for because everybody knows it's always the butler who does the thing, right? And so his family was accused. And so they left the town in shame because they were so mortified at carrying this rumor that wasn't even true. And so the mayor has grown up with this like belief that his family was wronged horribly by the estate. And so part of the reason he wanted the community center there was because it would give him this feeling of like satisfaction that his family hadn't been kicked out of the whole town for years because of something. It was his way of trying to make amends for his family history or clearing his name in a way. Anyway, those were kind of his backstory things that weren't ever revealed in the story, but uh, he felt partial ownership of the house because his family had been so wrongfully accused many decades ago.
Yes. I loved that. I also loved how in the interview with Germany, the mayor is like, guys, I legitimately like I'm not the evil villain here. I legitimately looked into all of this. I thought that was awesome. So, um, Poof, was there any other tidbits about Esther's backstory that you wanted to share? Because I think most of that became like,
Yeah, we covered her sister eventually.
yes.
Can I
That was
just
always
say
a big
that my first assumption when I heard that her sister had been killed, I thought that Esther had eaten her. That was my first thought. It turned out that did not happen. And so I felt a little silly.
There's some really great theories about Esther. It was so funny.
I loved the theories. I gotta say, all of the theories of everyone were amazing to hear because I'm just like, yeah, she's paranoid for good reason and very stressed, and everyone's like, she's evil and going to perform rituals.
There was another
Like,
theory that Esther was actually her sister masquerading as Esther, and yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing. I was like, Poof, we just had Esther defending the house. Is this too simple? And Poof was like, well, it's taken them 2 months to figure it out, so apparently not. But let's see. Um I wish I could tell you more about the storyline with the witch and the butler and the tailor. Um, However, Trinket had a bunch of stuff going on the last few weeks and I purposefully did not ask for the storyline because I wanted to see it unfold and I didn't want the spoilers. So I will make sure Trinket writes up a summary to send to you guys' respective normal library servers because I need it. So don't worry, I'm invested. I will make sure it happens. Um, And then yeah, those of you who don't have a normal teen library server, I will make sure it gets to you guys too. Um, but then I do know that Trinket based her characters off of this hotel in New York that has a play called Sleep No More, and it's actually you get to walk through the hotel and experience the play that way. Um, oh, Carrie, have you been? Have you been?
Brienne has told me everything there could possibly be to know about that play.
That's
And
awesome.
everything they tell me, it's amazing. Like to the point where my husband and I were going to be going up there, and I'm making sure that we go to Sleep No More. It just sounds absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommend, even though I haven't been there. But like it's just one of those things where it's like every single time you go, it's a little different because you can follow the different storylines and you might not get to see everything. So the more you go back, the more of the story you learn or the backstories of each character. And like it just sounds so cool. So but every
Yeah.
single time she tells me about it, I'm like, oh my God, tell me more. Like I can't not hear all of the different stories.
Ugh, I love that. Yeah. No, she told me about it and I was like, "What? What is this?" So me and my husband are also planning on going when we can. So that's where her characters were inspired by Sleep No More. Um, so oh, the Woolen name. Yes. Lark, do you want to explain where Woolen came from?
Okay, so I can't remember where the woolen part came from. Anyways, that was more Poof or Masha's or brainstorming part. But so when we had first initially planned this server, it was because we'd asked how you guys felt about doing like a Lockwood and Co. server, and everyone was like, yes. And for those of you who haven't read this book or seen the Netflix series, there's this amazing ghost storybook series called Lockwood and Co. by Jonathan Stroud, and it's brilliant and amazing. And that was the initial plan for the server. But then we realized that there might be some people who haven't read Lockwood and Co. or watched the Netflix TV show, which Netflix did a fantastic job doing a book to film adaptation. Um, and so, because there would be people that might not be familiar with the story, we decided to just do a Hauntings at the Library theme to bring in all the various different like ghost aspects or cryptids and all of that. So it wasn't as Lockwood and Co. focused. But because in my heart of hearts I had still wanted this to be a Lockwood and Co. server, the name of the manor got Stroud's last name in it because I just wanted to give applause to the original reason we had embarked on this theme. So.
Yep. Uh, and it's really funny because Lark took the creative helm for this one, but she doesn't even like scary stuff. She just likes Lockwood and Co.
Yeah, I don't do anything scary, and so when all the suggestions for the like streams that were going to be scarier or all that, I was like, I'm going to bow out of that, Lauren. I don't do scary stuff at all unless it's Lockwood and Co. So
So, yep. All right, so we've got 5 minutes left. So the Gentleman and Cora storyline, um, B wants to write up all of that and what happens. So I don't really want to like spoil anything, because we'll send that out as well in the next couple weeks. Um, but he worked very hard on it. And it was great. We also made like a whole timeline of like the residents of the house and like uh everybody dies, man. Oh, and then there was the gardener, who had another tragic storyline. Um, the hold on, let me pull this up. Um, Oh, let's see. Give me a second. Basically, the gardener um was he bred roses for his fiance, and he finally succeeded in creating these blue roses for her. But when he went to deliver them, the doctor was leaving the house and his fiance had died. Um, so, uh, oh, here we go. Um, so he gave a newly bred rose yearly to his love, the florist. Eventually, he promised her one in her favorite color, blue, as an engagement promise. That year, the florist got sick. He visited daily, and a doctor did too, which was the gentleman. When home, the gardener worked on the grounds, but even more on the blue roses. At last, he was successful and arranged a bouquet of 7 perfect blue roses. But when he arrived, the doctor was leaving the home and a mortician was entering. That shook his heart to stillness, and the roses scattered from his still palm. He passed. Since then, he tends the inside conservatory garden by day, invisible most of the time. No roses will grow there. At night, he remembers and relentlessly searches for both the promised flowers and the final resting place of his love. He can be dangerous, especially at night, especially to thieves, quote unquote, of his love's blue roses. So, I will post um, the ending of that storyline after this. But yes, the gent made an appearance in the gardener story. He also has his own story that intertwines with Cora. So, um, that is the conclusion of the call for purposes of um, the final call and enjoying all of the fun that we've had. And then we'll we'll keep going from here, but we're going to talk about stuff for next year and get feedback from you guys and get a sneak peek for next year. So we'll do that for the next 15 to up to half an hour, we'll say. Um, so yeah, any final questions about all of that?
Was anything gonna happen to my character because of the blue rose at any point?
Yes, and I will
Oh yeah.
post that. Yep, there
All
was
right.
a
Because
whole lot.
Now I want to go through that entire thing.
So, yeah, actually, we've I'll let me finish up real quick. So, um, Seven
Lauren,
Rose, yes.
we could leave this server up until the end of October for people to just go through and finish getting the storyline posted here. But we will be less involved with it, and the server can be officially over, but people can still have access through the end of October.
Yes, I like that. However, B is not going to be able to post his storyline stuff until after October. So,
Okay.
he said November 1st. We'll catch up with him, and if we can keep the server open until that point, we will.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll send it to the respective librarians to post. So yeah, there we go. I will post the Blue Rose um plot line for you guys. Um, but in the interests of moving on to the rest of our schedule, we'll move on.
I've got to head out for now. But catch me up later.
Okay.
And it's been fun, y'all.
Yep. Thanks, Poof. All right. Yeah, and our volunteer who wrote this, the Gray Ghost, was having a great time. So thank you guys for
was
doing
that
that
a
storyline.
Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Taylor. The Taylors are very good.
Yep. All right. So, sneak peek of next year.
Oh, I just heard Taylor in the
Lauren, do we
background.
want to end this one's recording and start a new call so it's not as long in the video that you're currently recording?
That is brilliant. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you for the next event in approximately 2 seconds.